Hey everybody, good evening. This is Sean with Get Out Live Now Philippines. And tonight, I just wanted to have a little fun. I don't know, I may do more of these because this is making me laugh pretty hysterically. I watch a lot of videos, and I don't want to say who it's from, but they do a pretty good job. I mean, I think some of the stories are made up, but who knows? And this particular story is about how there's a large percentage of expats, that end up broke, like in the Philippines. And then they kind of tell you why. But it's not the video itself. It's not what they say, or how you end up broke, why you end up broke, and what you should do not to be broke in the Philippines. I mean, so many people focus on the Philippines like it's either like you love or hate the Philippines right now. And I've been watching this stuff for years. I was coming here years ago. It took me a while to get back here, and in order to be retired, and I'm glad, I'm happy I'm finally here, and I've been here almost 4 months, so there's nothing bad going on for me. Trying to make sure I'm doing everything right and have everything like just a good solid foundation is what I'm building here. And I'm taking the first year and just slowing the fuck down, to be honest. And it's proven to be the right way to do it. But I've watched so many people. I've watched people succeed and fail. I don't know what the percentages are if you succeed or fail in the Philippines. I really don't, because you'll get all these surveys and you'll get these polls, and then you have all, not just YouTubers or wherever, social media on Facebook or wherever it is. And but I just honestly, if you wanted to get good advice, I think in these videos, just read the comments. The comments are some of the most hilarious, well thought out, put together comments I've ever seen. I mean, the comments are actually better now than the video itself. So if you have I don't care if it's 50% to 60, 70, 80% of expats end up broke in the Philippines. Who cares what it is? But I'm just going to go through some of these comments. And the first one I want to read here is if you didn't handle your business in the West, you're not going to handle it in the Philippines. Sounds good to me. Sounds true to me. I don't know about you guys, but great comment, right? Here's another one. We're just going to go through these. And, if this is a bad comment, just click off the video. But I'm laughing. Some of these get really good. And it says, why pay for any of those situations? Just walk away from anyone who wants to drain your savings. And there you go. Another true statement. I mean, I don't know why guys can't say no. These girls, they're young. They're like 18 to 28, 38, whatever they are. I'm like, how can they have a hold on you? Because I guarantee sex is, you can get it anywhere. What I used to tell people when I worked in the casino business and behind the bar in Las Vegas, I'm like, it is less than free. These guys saying you got to pay to play, I'm sorry to tell you, but women used to come to town and they would take me out. Not that I was anything special, but when you worked behind the bar and they liked you, and I was funny too. I may not be funny on here, but I have a good sense of humor, and I had heard tons and tons of jokes, and you could just talk to people, and they liked that. These women could be married, they could have boyfriends or single. It just didn't matter. When they came to Vegas, they were ready to play. They were ready to play, and it didn't matter if it was 1 girl, 2 girls, 6 girls, 12 girls. What can I tell you? Women, when they get in groups, they're no longer married. They no longer have a boyfriend. They no longer, they just lose all sanity. I've seen it. They're worse than men. That's all I can tell you. If you want to talk about men that play around, nah, women are worse. I've seen it. I've lived it. I've lived it firsthand. But let's go into these. I love to laugh. I'll be honest, I love to laugh. So this one's really good. If you need to start a business to survive in the Philippines, then you have no business being there. She tells you we should start a business. You tell her, I'm retired. I don't want or need a business. I've said that many times. She says it's an investment for our future. You tell her you're already invested in your home country. We should build a home. No, I'm buying a condo in my name. That's fucking it. I'm like, it's so true. I mean, guys, honestly, just read the comments. Don't even listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't take any of my advice. But I'm not doing any of that shit. I can tell you right now. I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married because as far as I'm concerned, God never told me that I have to have a contract with the government and the church to get married. If you can find a contract that God says that I need to sign between the government and the church in order to be legally married, in the eyes of God, please show me that contract, because it's not in any Bible that I've ever read. And I've talked to pastors, and they kind of start laughing when I tell them. And I mean, some girls don't laugh, and they're like, yeah, but that's, I have to do it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get indoctrinated into this. My relationship with God, or whoever I believe created the earth, or whatever I believe, is between me and them. And if you can't respect it, then you have no respect for me. So I'm not getting married. I'm not signing a contract. I don't care. Especially in the Philippines. One day they're probably going to change the laws. I would foresee that coming, whether they make divorce legal, but they really should. If a foreigner comes here and he gets married, at least if you get married, you should actually be able to own 50% of property, land, businesses, homes, whatever it is, because you can't, you're setting people up for failure when it has to be only the Filipino can own land, or the Filipina can own land, and then, it's like 60% they have to have a controlling interest in ownership. Come on, guys. That is just horrible. That is a failure waiting to happen. And I know there's a lot of guys over here that have successful marriages, long-term marriages. Hey, hats off to them. I have nothing wrong with that. That's just not going to be me. And a lot of these people got married years ago when women were still very, very traditional. I know some of these guys' wives. Man, I'm telling you, I like their wives. These women are smart. They're respectful. They take care of business. They don't give the guys a bunch of grief and nonsense, and they pull more than their own weight. So, hats off to these Filipinas they're doing it right, and the men appreciate that. Let's go down here. What's the next one? These videos absolutely suggest ending all tourism to the Philippines until more equal laws are passed that protect the outsider, or I guess the expat. I think that's what I just said. That was my thought too. It's true, because you can't have that. What's the next one? Simps who can't be on their own get scammed from younger women all the time. If they stay with you, they are playing the long game. Simps got to keep simping. Next one. Screw owning property. Rent, period. Typhoon wiping out your shit? Who cares? It isn't yours. And I'm like, this is so true. This is what I'm thinking. Because if you're renting and that typhoon comes along and just wipes out the entire property, well, hopefully you left and took whatever shit you could with you and got the hell out of there. You need to be able to leave in 30 seconds. Take your shit and leave in 30 seconds. That's what I tell people. In 30 seconds, I'm just going to grab my wallet, whatever cash I have, passports, IDs, credit card, whatever I got, and maybe the laptop as I'm running down the street. I'm getting the fuck out of there. So, I don't know. These comments are great. This one here, and I'm just going through. This is comments after comment in a row. I'm not even skipping the comments. I haven't even read some of these. This one here I did read, and when I read it, I had to stop. I just had to stop because I just couldn't think anymore. This one says, man met his wife's brother, who was also her husband. And I'm like, okay, I'm on the floor already, because we've heard this numerous times. It's my cousin, it's my brother, it's my friend, and it turns out to be her husband. Well, all I can say is, why didn't you get a Cinemar? And you got to have girls get a Cinemar. Filipinas get a Cinemar here in the Philippines. Just have them get it. I may make a video on another video on this from personal experience, and maybe that'll help you guys some more. Let's see. Okay. This one here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I should just be going through these. But I'm laughing so hard internally. I'm really trying to hold it together. This one here. If any of these guys recover financially, I'd like to invite them to a poker game. I'm like, oh my God. Because they're so easy to take their money. And trust me, I've played poker. I played Texas Hold'em. I played poker in Las Vegas. And honestly, when you go to a table and you know, you're at a locals table, but then you get people that come in, they're not regular poker players. You can see them. And we just sit there and we kind of smile because, I mean, I've had it to where, and if you're getting the cards, that's even worse. Because if you're getting the cards and then these people are just going to go all in, you're playing the long game. You know, but sometimes the poker games go so fast in Texas Hold'em. You know, you could have it like a $2 ante. But if it's no limit, I mean, I've sat there and like, I know less than an hour and I got $3,000 worth of chips sitting in front of me and I only started with probably like a 100 or two. And then nobody wants to play with you anymore. You know, so you're trying to play the long game, but when you're getting every single card. And these girls, you know, if I was a Filipino, I would play the long game. You know, if they want to live with you, obviously they're playing the long game. They want to see how long they can suck you in for, the bad ones. Most Filipinos are good. That's just all I can tell you from my experience, but that's not what we're talking about. This one says, what a load of tosh. Most screw up because they never learned to say no. True. And who'd be dumb enough to send cash? It's down to common sense. Use it. Exactly. This one here, if you're poor in your country, don't dream too much. You will become a king in other worlds. 68% marriage failure rate in the first 5 years. This guy is slowly but surely crushing my retirement dreams one fact at a time. I believe that's one fact that he brought up, but who knows, 68%. Nobody knows what the real figures are because not everything's publicized because in the Philippines, they don't. I tried to look up divorces. Well, they don't have divorce, so they don't even publicize it. They don't run the numbers. So even if you're a foreigner and you go to back to your own country to file the divorce, and then out here, then you file the paperwork so she can have the Philippines recognize the divorce from your country, they don't keep records on that. There's no stats on that I've been able to look up. So who knows what the percentages are. Here we go. Why retire in the Philippines, in Manila anyways? No beaches, pollution, high prices for everything. Well, you know, some of that's true, but some of that's not. There's many places in Manila that are just beautiful. Don't blame the country because now you're broke. Blame yourself. I couldn't agree more. Don't blame the Philippines. Yes, the laws make it that the odds are against you. I try to treat the Philippines, and it's no disrespect to the Philippines, the government, or anything that they're doing, even if I don't agree with it. When you walk in, it's like walking into a casino. These odds are against you. So when you lay your bet down on the table, when you lose it, you need to be able to walk away. And when you can't, and you keep taking money out of your pocket or go to the ATM or drain your bank account, that's on you. That's not on the casino. I've heard this so many times in the casino business, you know, in Las Vegas, when people walk in and then they're down, they're like, if I could just get back to even. And you know what we've always told them? You were even when you walked in the door. You know, and then even if they do get back to even, they're still going to keep trying to, you know, win some money. This one here, this would relate to me. They're going to hate me. I'm super frugal. And you know what? I am. I was called cheap my entire life, but I guarantee you when I wanted to buy something, like if I bought a new car, new truck, bought a house, you know, needed a tool, needed something, needed to fix the house, new roof, whatever it was, I had the money to do it. And then, if you ever drove a new car to work and everybody goes, oh my God, how can you afford it? Like you're some millionaire. Well, I'm just not stupid. I'm not overspending. I'm not buying all the name brands, and I don't need 100 pair of shoes or 10 pair of shoes, or, if I'm going to buy 2 or 3 pair of shoes, it's going to be on sale, and I'm going to buy those, the same ones that I wear for work year after year, so I don't have to try to find them when they're on sale. I mean, it's just crazy how people waste their money. If you're going to Starbucks, or not Starbucks, but if you're going to any of these coffee places where you're paying, I don't care whether it's $2, $3, $5, $10, for whatever in the fuck you're buying, you're an idiot. And I'll say this to anybody, and they've heard me. It doesn't matter. Just because you do it, yeah, you're an idiot because you're overspending. And if you tell me, well, I can afford it, that's great. But when people tell me, the problem I have is the people that complain about how they don't have any money, that's the ones, that are idiots. Now, the people that want to go to whatever, want to have a latte, mocha, a frap, whatever it is, if you want to do that every day and spend $5 a day, $10 a day, and you spend $150, $300 a month, and if you have a wife or partner, you're spending $300 to $600 a month, fine, if you think you can afford it. But I knew a lot of couples, they're like, man, we can't even afford a down payment on a house. I go, well, fuck, you're spending like $300 to $600 a month just to, the whatever. Well, I mean, can you just stop doing that and maybe not go out to eat every night when you're spending $50 to $100, or stop gambling at the casino where you're gambling your entire paycheck away? I mean, there's so many ways you can save money without, you're not, I don't know. It's like people think that if you're not out in public spending money, throwing it around, and you got to be with people and drinking and buying dinners and oh, we're socializing. Well, you could just invite them over to your house. Invite a couple couples over to your house. Tell them to bring a potluck. Have a potluck dinner. You cook or you barbecue. I mean, it's so much cheaper, and you can have a great time. Tell them to bring BYOB, bring their own beer or wine or whatever. BYOW, I don't care what it is. I mean, guys, it's just so simple to me. But, not everybody's like me, and I get it. I'm not like them, and I don't claim to know everything. This is just how I do it. But yeah, be super frugal. That's good. This one here, rent is one thing, but buying a condo, apartment, investing all of your money is close to insane. And that's true. I mean, it may have worked out if you can invest in condos here, and then you were, obviously people think they're going to go up, and sometimes they have, but over time it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, if you can't come back to the country during COVID, it was like, my God, man, people had condos over there here. They couldn't even get back. I think people lost a lot of their condos, because they had to pay rent on them. If you couldn't rent them out or whatever, you were just overpaying, and you couldn't even get back here. You couldn't sell it, couldn't do anything with it. I like this comment here. This guy says, way off. Been living there since 2008, and if you spend over $100,000 per month, you don't know how to live or budget. I agree. I spend under $40,000 and live an amazing life with my wife and 2 kids. Couldn't agree more, man. You just don't have to spend. These guys are saying, oh, you need $1,500 to $2,000. Okay, whatever. You don't need it. You don't need a $500 a month rent. I know guys that were paying pre-COVID, they were paying $400 a month rent. I'm like, where in God's name were you renting from? They just told you the price and you just paid it? Because even now, I found my place is under $200 a month and everything's included. Okay, I kind of got a sweetheart special deal. I don't know if it's a one-time thing, but I know Chad Foster. I just watched his most recent video about how he's going to be traveling around Iloilo, and he said he's all in for about $320, and shit, he lives right down here, I believe in Darwin or wherever he's at, right on the beach. Lovely place. Beautiful place. I'd like to see it. So Chad, if you're out there, you ever hear this video, I'd love to come visit your place. Dumaguete and Bacong and Darwin out here, it's a great home base. That's what I can tell you in the Philippines. Because you can get places for cheap. Don't buy these $400 to $500 to $600 places unless you got tons of money. Then it doesn't matter. But if you're just an average Joe like me and you got so much retirement or pension or whatever, and you want to have like a home base, you can have a home base here for probably, you know, $300 to $400 to $500. Boom, that's everything all in. And guess what? You can actually, make sure it's a secured place. Make sure you can lock the shit up. You know, if you got keys, I would change the locks right away. That would be me. I don't even want the landlord having a lock. Here, my deal is secured. We have security here. Yeah, security here. We have alarms. We have everything. We're on solar, and I feel totally secure here. We have fences, high walls, so we're pretty secure here. You know, somebody breaks in, they're really risking it. Let me tell you. And so you want to be able to make sure that your place is secure. But then, you know, then you can go travel. Like, I can't wait to see Chad's videos about when he's going to Ilo and stuff. And I'm going to get out eventually. You know, right now, but I have obligations here too that I'm going to do for the owner. You know, that's why I'm staying here right now. But, you know, I can date, I can do whatever I want. I could go travel around. I just don't want to be leaving for a long period of time. Probably for the first, maybe for another, maybe year or so. But I'd like to travel around Negros Oriental here and just the whole island of Negros. You know, it's huge. You got a lot of things to see. I mean, but that's what I want to do. But anyways, I don't want to take any longer. I'll probably ramble on and everybody's probably like, oh, this guy sucks. I'm out of here. But this is Sean with Get Out Live Now. And I may do more of these videos where I just read the freaking comments. I mean, because sometimes I watch a video and, you know, you ever notice how you start reading the comments and you get lost? You forget about the video and you're lost in the comments. You're like damn near a couple hundred comments down the road and you're just laughing your ass off. So get out and live your best life. Not tomorrow, but today. Do it now, guys, before it's too late, you know. Time is the ultimate evil for us here on this earth. So that's it. Thank you. Appreciate you if you're still around. Over and out.